Welcome to the Good Buds Podcast, the show where good buds smoke good buds and talk about them. I'm Curtis,
I'm Shank.
Isaac.
and this is episode 72, airing Monday, March 14th, 2022, on Spotify, YouTube, Anchor, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and many more. Thank you for joining us.
Before we start, I'd like to thank LumenSpot and My High Shop for sponsoring this episode and all the other ones before it. We'll talk more about them later, and there are some links down in the description. So, here we go.
Absolutely. So first off, how are you guys doing today?
Good? Good, man.
You good?
I'm alive, so
Nice,
Yeah.
nice.
Good day. Good day overall. Yeah, man. So, obviously,
Isaac,
we're going
Isaac, you look pretty okay for a guy who's been suppressing rage for like 2 weeks.
Yeah,
yeah,
you've been holding it in.
Holding it in.
yeah. That's why I took
Nicely.
these THC pills.
Yeah, what are they called again? Wait, what's the brand?
Melatonin.
I heard that's some strong stuff, man.
Oh, yeah, careful. It's like, how many milligrams?
12.
Whoa!
Dude, I only do
Bro.
tens. Like, slow down on those.
Man, seriously, man, I take like a 5 and a half of 5. Like I crack a 5, and that's wild. That's what you're intense, man. But obviously, today we are going to be talking about a great subject matter that really kind of will get beneath all of your skins, and it gets beneath our skins. But we're gonna, do what we usually do first, right, Curtis?
Absolutely. I have a bong packed right here, ready to go.
I have a bong back right here, and Isaac, you're taking more of those pills, or what are you drinking?
Generic soda.
More
Generic
generic
soda?
soda.
Okay.
Nice, nice.
All
Well,
right.
buds, hopefully you at home have your bongs packed, your bowls packed, your joints rolled, your blunts rolled, your vapes ready, your rigs ready, whatever your proper medical receptacle is, or if you have some edibles, you can take them now, take them later. It does not matter. It is time to blaze it. Tok tok shkabo.
Wait, this is sleeping aid, not THC.
Oh no.
They both work the same, Isaac.
Yeah, then my THC is apparently a sleepy aid sometimes too.
Oh yeah. Mine's a nice little hybrid. I'm smoking on that LA Kush today.
Then I'm smoking on that Lucid Blue.
Oh yeah. And as always, if you want a more in-depth analysis of the strains that we're smoking, you can head over to our YouTube page where we have the exclusive strain review over there. We also have a bunch of other content exclusive for YouTube. You can check that out. And there's some other stuff that they can check out.
Yeah, you're damn right. And if you feel like it, you can also hop over to our Instagram pages. We each have individual ones: Good Buds Shank, Good Buds Curtis, and Good Buds Isaac. You can check out, but mainly go to that at Good Buds Podcast, where we post pictures of those gorgeous nugs, as well as some cool behind-the-scenes content that you buds won't want to miss. We do have links down below to that socials, like all of our socials, our Twitter, Instagram, and our Discord, which is popping off right now.
Absolutely. Make sure you check all of those links, and if you want to make the show a little bit better, be sure to check out our Patreon page. Donations start as low as $1, and everything just helps to make the show a little bit better. You can join our other good buds, such as Mr. Isaac and Mr. Benji Bills.
Yeah.
And we appreciate you, as well as all the people who just take the time to like, comment, share, all that free stuff. It really just helps us out.
It's true. We appreciate all of you buds.
Absolutely.
And yeah, Isaac, we've been Twitch streaming too, right?
Yeah, not so me.
Yeah. Well, hey, we all have Twitch accounts. Go check us out. There are links down below. We're all gonna, we all stream every now and then sporadically, but you buds can check it out if you want to see us live sometimes.
Exactly. But on to the main meat of what we are talking about today.
Well, you discussed this. You described it the buds, Curtis. I'm gonna light this joint real quick here.
Well, I have a joint right here too that I'm gonna light up real quick too.
Let's
So
both do it then. Everybody, yeah.
So let's
yeah.
blaze it.
Coke smoke, buds.
Mm.
I just want to like this. Yeah, I want to smoke that. It's so good.
Same. Very good.
All right.
So,
yes.
main meat of our topic today. Pushy ass people. Not people pushers, because that's a completely different topic. We don't talk about human trafficking. I'm talking about pushy ass people, as in salespeople, people who come up to you on the street, stuff like that. And the reason that this is our topic is because, Isaac, you had an incident a couple weeks ago.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Would you like to explain your situation?
So it's what, March? So end of February, I think it was. Beginning of March. That's when in Ohio at least we have the auto show.
Right.
And the
Mhm.
auto show has always had those vendors of, people, that try to advertise their stuff. It's most of the
Of
time it's
course.
usually like people who are selling clothing
Yeah.
or people selling
Buy our car seat covers.
Exactly.
car stuff, like
Yeah. Steering wheel
sometimes
covers.
sometimes
Tires.
windows, AC units,
Mm.
mostly like expensive stuff,
Gear
like
shift
You have
knobs.
the occasional
as
boat. You have the occasional boat guy there, since it's like, hey, you like automobiles? What about one that goes on boats?
Hey,
I don't think
yeah,
I
what
don't think
about a
those I don't
boat?
know. I didn't check out the vendors this time.
I
Yeah.
mean, in
There's
Detroit,
usually
there's at least one.
usually there's people
Makes sense.
selling Hot Wheels, but I didn't check it out because
Yeah.
I've been broke lately with
Yeah.
Don't
buying a
want to tempt
car
yourself.
and whatnot. Yeah, I need to buy a car, not an actual like a toy car. I need to buy an actual car,
Yeah,
right?
you don't
Well,
want to sink
trust
a
me,
nut
that's not the
yet.
place to be buying one.
Yeah, no.
No, no. Anyway, so I wasn't expecting this. So I felt good. So I was like, it's a cold day. Might as well throw on the SpongeBob jacket,
Hell yeah.
Of course.
my
Fire.
windbreaker, because it was also pretty windy out to that day.
Now,
Windy.
if you're wearing the SpongeBob windbreaker, please tell me,
I was wearing my SpongeBob Timberland boots as well.
fuck yeah.
All right.
That's what I
All
like to
right.
hear.
All right.
I had to match either
Were you
SpongeBob
rocking?
and the brand,
Were you,
Timberland
were
jacket,
you?
Timberland boots.
What about the fanny pack?
What the
No, I
fuck about
haven't.
the fanny pack?
I don't wear that. I haven't worn that in a while. I did like
Almost
it though,
perfect,
'cause
man.
I did like it.
9.5. 9.5.
I did.
Yeah.
I did used to like wearing it because it actually was very. But anyway,
Convenient.
You're right.
very convenient. Anyway,
Yeah.
so we're heading towards
Keep your pills in there.
the ice cream, because we're gonna get ice
Mhm.
cream and leave. As we're getting ice cream, walking there, I was talking, and all I hear in the distance, "Hey, yo, boss!" And
Yo,
I'm just like,
boss.
I heard it, and I'm like,
No.
no, no. And then I hear it again, "Hey, yo, boss!" And then they're just like, the dude's over there trying to talk to you, and I'm like talking to him, like, yeah, I know what they're trying to do, and I'm avoiding them. I know exactly what they're trying to do. This is why I don't wear my good shoes to the mall anymore.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he's just like, no, he's like, he wants to check out your boots. And I'm just like, oh, fine. So I go over there. He's like, he did ask about the Tims and whatnot, where I got them from, that they were cool as hell and
Oh.
whatnot. And then he's like, you got any cleaning stuff for it? And I'm like, oh, son of a bitch.
You fucking sales pitch. Fuck you.
And
They
I'm
got
like,
me in.
and I'm just like, yes, I do actually. I have like whatever the big kit is right now for like the shoe cleaning stuff, which I do.
Yeah.
And I was
Number one
telling
seller
him,
on Amazon. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if they sell it on Amazon.
What you'll find on Amazon if you go.
I
shoe
bought it from
cleaner
their
kit.
own. Well, maybe I bought it from their site actually though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let
Anyway.
me just look up shoe cleaning kit and see what the first one that pops up is.
Yeah. This is yeah. Like probably get
Shoe
100,000
cleaning
results.
kit.
Something like 100,000 results.
Resjuvenator. Is that it, Isaac?
Yeah, but I bought the big kit. It was like
It's
100 some
Resjuvenator?
bucks. Yeah.
Okay. So
I
yeah,
did-
for like the $50 box.
No,
She
it was
got
like
it, she got
$100 box.
Do
or
they have a
something like that.
reboot? Do they have a rebootinator? Because I wear boots.
Technically, they work on my boots. So anyway,
Because if they have a rebootinator, I'd like that.
Resjuvenator. They have to have a reboot.
anyway,
Okay,
and
yeah,
I was
go
like
ahead, go
telling
ahead.
him,
Continue.
I was telling him I had that kit and whatnot, and he's like, "What does it have?" Blah blah blah. Like he was trying to compare the kits, and I'm like, it was like the $100 box, so it came with pretty hefty, but I don't remember everything and he was trying to just get me to buy it, and I'm like, I'll let you know, and I'll come back.
They charge really quick. Rejuvenate charges $90 for a drop side shoe display case, completely transparent.
Yeah.
Bro, you can buy the materials to make one of those for like
Way significant.
$30.
They have travel bag. They sell fucking sneaker travel bags for fucking
Dog.
$349.
Dog, I've always wanted a travel bag specifically for my sneakers.
Just
DJ Khaled,
specific-
DJ Khaled literally travels.
Dude,
No matter where he's going for how long, DJ Khaled will travel with a duffel bag full of only shoes, no matter if he's going for a day or not. He
I
will
believe
bring a
that.
duffel bag full of shoes. He's
That's
even said
insanity.
it when they were doing his sneaker collection.
That's
I
insane.
understand sneaker culture and shit like that and everything, but it's another one of those hobbies where I'm like,
Holy shit!
Can't get
it's
into
kind
it,
of
man.
holy shit because you
I
have
get-
to have either a lot of money or get a lot of money
I
in the
like-
game.
I
I
got
like
two.
having-
I got. Well, that's the thing is I got 2 feet, and there's like 7 types of weather that I ever have to deal with. So the most I need is like 3 types of shoes.
I like
Right.
the shoes.
Unless you find a
I-
comfortable all-terrain shoe. In
I
which
have my
case-
boots,
I have-
which I literally wear all the time.
I have my comfortable shoe, and then I have my shoes behind me that I wear on good occasions,
No, I straight up just have my
and
military
that's it.
boots.
but
Just-
it's very rare. I like this. I do say I participate in some of the sneaker culture, but not like
Oh,
too
that's
crazy
cool.
to buy
Well,
a
you've got nice
$200
shoes.
bag, right?
Yeah, you got
Right.
nice shoes. Like I mean,
Yeah.
and,
They're
like, it's-
they're made for nice wear.
And
you
it'd be
know.
nice to you've got shoes that like if you throw them with a good fit, they'd look really really good, and you can actually wear them out with a good fit. Yeah, it's
The
not like you're like
SpongeBob
it's not
boots.
like you're wearing them to like one place where you put them on before you walk in the building because you don't want to wear them to the building. You know,
The
like,
SpongeBob boots.
That's the one where you're like, bro, stand in front of me and drop napkins before I step.
yeah, y'all
So
better be
that-
dropping those
that-
rose petals on the floor
Those,
so I can walk on.
No, not rose petals,
Those-
and full napkins, and just like
Yeah.
floor is lava that shit to wherever you need to be.
Or beach towels just to make it easier.
those and the
Red carpet.
$300 Jordans.
I understand it now.
I get. That's what the point is anyway. And actually, fun fact: it's to avoid embarrassing slips because apparently, when it was on the concrete, one time when it was raining back in the day, there was celebrities walking into a fucking gala, and one of them slipped on the outside concrete and fell down, and the paparazzi get a ton of pictures of it. So, in order to prevent that, they put a red carpet down so that they would feel regal and they would have good grip no matter what the weather was like. And they started
Makes
putting
sense.
like awnings over top of it so celebrities wouldn't have to get wet because they're not normal people and they
Yeah,
shouldn't
makes
have
sense.
to get
Of course. Anyway, the shoe culture for me,
wet. Shoe culture.
the most on shoes that I have a pair of work shoes.
Yeah.
They're waterproof, non-slip, and slip-on. Like
Standard issue
no
kitchen.
laces or anything.
Are those like fake Crocs with no holes?
It's
Oh,
I
loafers.
used to wear those kind all the time, but now it's a pair of Skechers that
See,
have like
that's
breathable
like,
material. And
I
stuff.
swear to
But
God,
yes,
that's like the original. That's like everybody now. Even my sister.
like
has a pair
work
for her
slippers,
job.
Yeah.
but I love those. I
And
used
she
to love
works.
those.
She works at a dog daycare center, right?
Now my
So-
parents recently just got me a pair of really nice loafers for Christmas, so I can't really wear those right now because it's winter in Michigan and
Mm.
everything is icy and slippery.
Yeah.
Why would you
and-
need to even wear loafers in the first place, other than like
Because they're
special
fu-
events?
Loafers
They're
are
fucking
fucking
stylish.
ballin'. They look classy as shit.
And they're not my work shoes.
yeah.
Where you
Um,
just when you're going to Walmart
then-
one day, you just like pajama pants down and everything. You're like, I go to Walmart. I'll
I
wear
mean,
my
other than-
loafers.
I mean, other than that, my other fucking pairs of shoes, they're they're fucking slip-ons. That's the main point. I've avoided laces. I know how to tie shoes,
the
but I
same-
think
well-
it's bullshit that I have to do
No, see-
that, so I just avoid them.
See
No,
what I
slip-ons
do,
are
what
the
I do
best.
with what I do with my shoes is I have it like I do have it tied, but I have it tied enough where it will stay on my foot and I could just slip it right in.
But that
Yeah.
breaks the laces
That
and
breaks-
it
yeah,
fucking
and it-
bruises
and it
the shoe,
changes-
stretches
changes
stuff
the
out.
heel and everything.
Nah,
yeah.
not
If you have a shoe specifically meant to just stretch in two little spots for a little bit, you slip your foot in, perfect.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't see a
But
problem. with it. I
this
just
is
have it-
definitely a big tangent about shoes, though.
Well, yeah, because we were talking about a shoe guy.
Because
So
those friggin' shoe
shoe
polishes. So they got you over and they were hassling you about buying the kit, right? And you told them that you weren't interested.
I
right?
said I'll think about it and I'll come back.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go get some ice cream real quick and I'll think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Left.
You ran the fuck
Nice.
away. Nice.
Left.
Okay.
Nice. So
Well, speaking of shoe culture and speaking of into this, what about those people who fucking... I've seen this a couple of times when I went to Detroit in Eastern Market. There is a couple people who do like shoe sales and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like transfers happen and shit like that happens. So I've actually seen it where fucking guys are just like little kids are running up with like 2 or 3 pairs of shoes, like running up to people like, yo, come on, let me trade you these for these and trade you these for these and I'll give you like $200, and he pulls out a wad of cash or some shit.
straight
And
up.
it's just people trying to flip shoes and shit like that. I mean, it kind of relates to what we're talking about, but
No, that's weird,
very
man. That's
pushy.
wild. That's wild. Like getting kids to
What?
go up.
Exactly. You know what? Actually, just that's another fucking term of pushy people in terms of. I mean, we'll get back to salespeople in a second.
Yeah.
But have you ever been to like a convention or some shit like that, and you just see people rushing around trying to up or sell what they have, buy something else that's rare, and then try to sell something else off?
I didn't
Yeah,
really
trying to
see
like
that at
flip
the horror
stuff. Yeah.
convention. The one thing that though I got like there was pushy there at that horror convention was there was these fucking like this photographer. He brought I guess his models with them, and it was the I told you guys about the girls
Yeah.
there. They were like,
Yeah.
we can help your spooky needs with our boobies or some shit like that, right? And
Yeah.
they're basically trying to sell their nude pictures
Yeah.
there,
Right.
and they were
Yeah.
being the pushy ones. Like they were sitting literally, everything was like not like really spaced out as it should be because I don't think they were expecting that many people, but it was like
You mean their boobs weren't spaced out, or?
no, like the fucking aisles.
No, they were squished together very specifically in a very specific way.
And the other girl had one like pointing at a vending machine and the other at the floor.
Yeah.
So they were basically already in the middle of the fucking walkway,
Yeah.
and there's like nothing behind them, but there's like everyone would still go around in front of them for some reason, not like
I wonder why.
it was literally everybody, no matter if they were female or male or
Well, they gotta see what they're against.
Yeah,
or
you gotta
Apache
see. Yeah,
helicopter,
you gotta see
or
what's going on.
a
I
train
mean,
caboose. Literally,
either way, you
everybody
gotta see
went in
what
front of them,
you gotta see what it's all about. When you
and
hear someone talking
they
about
were
spooky
basically
boobs,
just trying. They were just trying to push people to buy their fucking boobs.
yeah.
Of course.
Pictures, boob
Now,
pictures,
To be
whatever.
fair, if I had
Yeah.
boobs, I would push people to buy them too.
Now, I haven't been to a convention in recent years. I mean, obviously COVID, but also
Yeah.
just haven't gotten time and shit. But I do remember when my coworkers, they used to be really into card trading shows and stuff like that. So they used
Oh, yeah.
to sports cards, Pokemon cards, any kind of cards like
Yeah,
that and stuff.
Yu-Gi-Oh, Swap Meet, whatever. Yeah.
Right. So they would go there and it would be the same thing. Again, somebody would walk around with a piece of shit card that was worth like $5 and try to sell it off so that they could get like two $10 cards or some stuff like
Yeah,
that and
I'll
try to
trade
work
you
their
this.
way.
I'll trade you this card for those two. Like, you don't need those two. You have 4 of them, right? So if you give me those two, I'll trade you this card, and then, and it's like, and like, I'm sure you don't have this one in your collection. Like here,
Right.
and it's like, dude, I'm here to sell cards. Like, it's like I'm here to sell things. Like, it's like,
Which that I've seen in comic book shops as well when I was really into gathering when my arm was broken.
yeah, yeah.
Fucking off work on Fridays, finally get to go play some Friday Night Magic.
Goddamn
Fuck
mountain
it.
bike got the best. Yeah, goddamn. It.
Exactly. But I get in and you got people arguing about, oh well I have this and card trader says this and that.
Yeah. See
Oh,
now. Oh,
That
go ahead.
actually did I ever have I told the story of my of the weed Karen when I was at the dispensary the last time?
No, maybe.
No,
I don't think I've told it on podcast. So
No.
he's not. I've never heard it.
No.
so when I was at a dispensary, this was a couple weeks ago, I met a legit Karen at mind you, it was a dude, but I'm just gonna call him Karen.
I don't know. I
Garen.
don't know. I forget what the male version. It's like Kevin or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Kyle.
Oh.
Chad.
And by the way, that's like 3 people in my family.
I know, right? It's...
So anyway,
Oh my god, I love it. So many Ks.
I know. So, this guy is literally in a dispensary, and he is trying to get the maximum.
Ken.
Oh, 4.
Oh
Oh
my god, yes.
my god. Oh.
That's
Oh
magnificent.
fuck. Okay,
Seriously.
no.
So apparently Ken.
Yeah, I know. I was saying that means 4. 4 members of my family now.
That's magnificent. Oh my god. We're hitting all the
Alright,
keys.
so exactly. So anyway, fuck,
That's a freeze.
goddamn.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you perfectly.
Yeah.
Just your
My
camera's frozen.
Zoom meeting's not responding. Let's just keep going.
Alright, keep going.
All right, cool. So goddamn it. All these distractions. So yeah, at the dispensary,
Yes.
guy's trying to buy weed and fucking being a total Karen. What I mean by this is he is trying the best to get the most amount of weed that he can for the lowest price. By
Yeah.
doing this, he is price matching the dispensary on Weed Maps and Leafly for what stuff should be, what stuff is, and what stuff is being sold at other places. He is
Yeah.
also trying to get a deal at this dispensary that the deal wasn't offered at the dispensary. The deal was offered at a different dispensary.
Oh,
Like,
so
the
he's basically like, you should honor their deal so that I'll shop here instead of there. It's like, bro, just go there. Like,
Right, it's like they already have their deals for the day, and that part is not part of the deal.
yeah.
Like, if you want that deal specifically, go to them and get their deal. We're not going to price match
Walmart
them on
would sell
their
it
deal.
Walmart would sell it to me for this price. Then you go to Walmart. What are you doing here?
And on top of that, he was trying to get like max amount of cartridges, edibles, and a whole bunch of stuff. So I'm guarantee he was just trying to get all this stuff just so he could repackage it, resell it, and
Yeah.
fucking make profit.
Oh man, yet another type of pushy person who fucking frustrates.
And it was
the
all
hell out of you.
recreational stuff too. So
Yeah, so he was
I
just
don't
being a dick, just like doing. Did he pull the? Did he actually pull the? I want to talk to the manager card.
he was talking with one of the managers
Oh
in
my
general. Like that was just one of the guys who was working with him.
That's hilarious,
And-
bro.
Yeah, he's literally like, well, it says here on Weed Maps that this strain actually goes for this and this an eighth, and I just don't think what you guys got here is right. So I don't know. I think you guys should be honoring this instead. And then the next one, he's like, mind you, I'm at Pure Dispensary, and he's
Yeah.
showing them the deal at Puff Dispensary, and he's
Different-
like,
Different
see,
dispensary.
this is the deal, and it's like, no, we're Pure, they're Puff. Yeah, so you should honor the deal.
No, different
What?
dispensary, bro. Different dispensary.
Exactly.
100%.
So yeah,
Not
just
even
a-
in our corporation.
I know, like we're not even. Yeah, we don't even know. I don't even know the owners of that store. I don't know anything about them. Like, go there. Like, they'll hook you up with that deal. Like,
Right.
yeah, and
So yeah,
man,
it was
yeah,
a little ridiculous,
and
but
that's true.
it
But
was funny.
that is definitely a valid point, like valid type of like interaction to bring up when you're talking about like pushy people overall, like that are overly pushy for no reason. Like you can, like you can deal with things
Yeah.
pretty easy. But I mean,
Exactly.
I have a good example too, and it's back on the sales spectrum though. It's back on the
All
sales
right.
spectrum. So around the holidays here in my hometown, my lovely hometown, there are these dudes that always set up. Well, they don't anymore. Actually, they've. I'll get to why in a moment, but there are these.
They used
dudes
to
that-
always set up.
They used to always set up, and I'll get to why they don't anymore after this. But just so basically, what it was is these dudes would set up every year around the holidays, and start like selling like moisturizer and cosmetics and stuff like that. So like skin
Right.
cream, moisturizer, foundation, that kind of shit. And like hand treatment, that kind of shit, like weird stuff. And so these dudes were absurdly pushy. Every single person that walked by, they would always immediately jump on top of them and like be like, "Oh, hey, hello, would you like to try this?" And they like grab your fucking hand and like try to basically like put cream on it and shit like that. And
Right.
and you'd be like, "Whoa," you know? And like there were so many times that like I saw them and they started to know not to bother me because every single time I was like, "No, thank you," and I just kept walking. I made
Right.
sure to like I'd just look at them, make good eye contact, and just be like, "No, thank you," and then I
No.
turn and I keep walking, you know.
Right.
And so like I'd let them know I acknowledge that you're here and that you exist as a person because that's your innate right as a human being.
Yeah.
But get the fuck out of here and stop trying to sell me things because I don't want it. And
Exactly.
like if it was a guy, they would go with the whole like, "Oh, buy this for your girlfriend," or "If you buy this, you can use it and it'll make you attractive to women," or that kind of sales technique. And it was fucking so cheesy and so like cut from that snake oil salesman cloth that you could taste it. And basically,
Right.
like eventually they started getting complaints though because with women they would try the whole "we're hot guys and we're trying to sell you makeup, so like, you know, like we're gonna flirt with you and maybe try to get your phone number while we're selling you shit,"
Mm-hmm.
which
Of course. The
obviously
milkman. He comes
which-
home and bucks your wife.
which obviously is not a
Not
great
okay.
tactic to take if you're working at a kiosk in the middle of a family-friendly mall on a military
Yeah.
base.
Yeah.
And so like, so there were several times that they were threatened by men that basically their wives had said the guys had essentially full on hit on them and asked them to sleep with them while they were like getting their hand treatment done there for free.
Yeah.
And so the mall got complaint after complaint after complaint after complaint, and eventually they just got banned from being allowed to go back into the mall ever again. The mall basically said they would never renew a contract with them again and let them
Oh, yeah.
have their kiosk there because they didn't approve of their sales tactics, and yeah.
We had a similar incident happen at a mall nearby us where a lot of the vendors used to be like very, open and saying hello and stuff like that. Like they weren't too pushy or
Yeah.
anything. Just like if you were walking
Well,
by, they would say hello.
yeah.
And
If they're not busy, be like, oh hey.
yeah, exactly. Just like, hey, how's it going? Hey, what's
Yeah.
up? Hi, how's it going? If you would like this, it's there, but they wouldn't like force you into their business or
Yeah.
force something on you or some shit like that. Just, hey, we're here if you're interested.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Just to let
but
you
there
know.
was one or two kiosks that were like right next to each other and either owned similarly by the same people or owned by people of a similar culture who were either friends or rivals.
Yeah.
Because they like challenged each other on who could push to sell more, and
Oh, that's healthy.
one of them was a toy salesman,
Yeah.
so a whole bunch of little toys, knickknacks. But he also had little mini drones and little mini cars and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The other guy had specialized phone cases and chargers and bedazzling cases and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Now, the guy with the bedazzled phone cases would walk up to people with a phone case and be like, "Here, how is this? How does this? Do you think this would look good on your phone? I think it would. If not, we have many other styles and stuff like that." And he would like almost put his hand on your back type stuff.
Yeah, like try to like
So
lead you over to
stopped, he
this.
would
Yeah.
touch you, but if you kept walking, then everything was good.
Yeah.
And if you stopped, he touched, he grabbed you and like pushed you
So
over
he'd
to
like
the
walk beside you and try to like steer you that direction. Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
So that was a couple of no-nos, which was eventually, made aware. The
Yeah.
other one, like I mentioned, he sold toys and little mini drones and everything.
Yeah.
Well, he kept flying the mini drones into people who were paying no mind or no business.
Oh, so they were just walking around and
Not
like.
walking. I mean, not walking around. They were staying like within a 15 to 20-foot radius of their kiosk, but anybody who was in range of the drone, he would go after. First floor, second
Oh.
floor, didn't matter. Fucking, he would just take off with it, and be
Yeah,
like,
that's
"Hey, you want one of these? Come on, it's over here."
not something you can
And
really be doing.
exactly,
Mall,
after a
yeah.
while, security is like, "All right, that's like serious concern and shit like that. You could probably
Yeah.
hurt somebody."
Potential lawsuits, liability, blah blah.
And at one point, eventually, he did finally fly it out of range, and it fell and almost hit somebody.
Ooh, okay. See there, yeah, there you go, man. It's like, and that's the thing too, is he's lucky it didn't because, like I said, it's like a fucking. It's like now I don't I know people aren't like as sue happy as like you think, but they are still legitimate cases will be sued for. So and that would be
Now,
legitimate because the dude was
and because of
flying it.
now, I don't know if it's because of those two incidents that all kiosks got talked to and new rules and guidelines got set, or if it's the fact of COVID and stuff like that. But all the kiosks now, the people will not talk to you unless you come within like 2 feet of their case.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
unless you approach them, they will not say anything to you.
Yeah. Well, it
So
makes sense. Makes sense. Like fucking. Like
exactly,
it's probably a lot of COVID regulation there, but I'm sure that they were talked to about it if enough complaints were put through. Because like I said, like it's one of those things where there's appropriate sales pitches, which is fine. Like you could even be like, hey homie, would you want to buy some of this? I got this to sell right now. If you're not interested, that's totally cool. But I thought I'd bring it to your attention. And if the person's like, no thanks, you're like, all right, dog, cool. If you know anyone looking for this though, let them know. I got the best around, and I'll hook them up. And then
now
like that's fine, right? But don't
now
be like,
something that
come to me, my
yeah
child.
Exactly. Now, one thing that's unfortunate is
Nothing
when they
like
just
that.
keep talking after you've given them the acknowledgement of no thanks, I'm all set.
Mm,
Like we're gonna change your mind. The new
yeah.
or most recent example I have of this is I was recently walking through a Target with my
Yeah.
girlfriend. This was after holidays, so we're just bumming around looking at the after Christmas stuff.
Yeah.
And we're walking through, and there's a guy in electronics who's trying to sell AT&T, I think it was, like AT&T subscriptions and shit
Cell
like that.
phones and shit, yeah, TV and that kind of thing.
I Yeah, I think it was TV or internet
Yeah.
specifically. Um so we're walking by and he's just like, "Hey guys, I was wondering if what's your cellular provider if you guys are interested in getting a new one?" And me and my girlfriend both look at him, give a slight glance to each other, and I look back at him. Again, dead eye contact. I acknowledge he's a person. He's just doing his job,
Yeah.
and that's fine. The least I
Like,
can say is, no,
dude's
thank you, man.
probably
I'm all set.
yeah, dude's job is probably based entirely on commission. And
Exactly.
like so he's probably like, please need to change your cell phone plan, please.
Exactly.
Like,
So
and if you're
I
like, no
understand
thanks,
that.
man, like it's like, no thank you, I appreciate the offer, and you just make sure that there's no room for questions. Like
So
you
what did I do? Looked dead at him. No, thanks, man. I'm good. As soon as I finished my sentence, I broke eye contact and I
yeah.
looked dead forward to where I was. By this point, me and my girlfriend are straight in front of his booth, straight in front of him, looking dead forward. We
Walking
are not
away.
talking anymore,
Yeah.
walking that way. We have clearly shown we have no interest. We have acknowledged. Now, as while we're walking away, I was just wondering if you had like AT&T or T-Mobile, Sprint, or if you had like Comcast for your TV or internet or mind you, by this point we're 4 aisles
Yeah.
away and he's still
So it's
trying to
more like,
talk to us.
yeah, so I was just wondering if you had AT&T or Sprint or Nextel or
Well, he started speaking up a little bit too. Mind you, he's in a mask, so it was already a little bit muffled, but he starts speaking up on top of that,
Yeah.
as we're walking away. He's
Oh
like,
my god.
hello, hello, trying to keep consistent volume here. We're still talking.
That just
Me and
sounds
my
like it's
girlfriend are
desperate for
just
human
like,
contact.
me and my girlfriend are just like, is this guy fucking serious? Like, I'm not turning around to look at him. I'm not giving him any more acknowledgement than I already have.
This can't
But
happen. Yeah, no, this can't happen.
we go, like, eventually we're like 5 or 6 aisles down. We're in the toy section and we don't even care. We're like, just book it down an aisle. We turn, we're just looking at the fucking shit and we're like, okay, whatever. Emerge a little bit ways down the way where the holiday stuff is. Cross over and there's like, and we see him like turning to somebody else, just like head out, like he's trying to yell at somebody else who's walking the opposite direction now.
That's
Like, I'm sorry, man,
insane.
but
It's insane,
when people
man.
walk away, that's a good sign to stop.
I know, right? Like, and it's crazy because like, just like, I don't know if I've had really a situation where somebody has done that, because most often when somebody asks me, hey, like I want something like from you, and I'm like not interested, I look at them and I'm like, no thank you, and I just turn and I go, and they're kind of
No,
like,
thank you,
okay.
I'm good. That's
Yeah,
my
I'm like, no,
go-to, and it's
no,
like,
thank you. It's like, I appreciate the offer, but no, thank you. Like, it's because I appreciate the fact that they're offering to me, but they don't need
yeah,
to.
of course. Right.
Because it's like, I mean, you know what I mean. Well, in their
I
case,
get
most of the time it's sales you do. But speaking of pushy sales, car sales. I worked in car sales
oh
for a
man.
while, and I just want to touch on this. I don't want to go too in depth because I literally could cover this as an entire podcast topic on its own. But I'll just like briefly touch on it, because the reason why I'm no longer a car salesman is because there were times where I would morally feel wrong selling a vehicle to a person. Like, it was a decent vehicle, but it was not at all what they wanted. And we had
Or-
what they wanted, like exactly, but they barely couldn't meet the financing needs or whatever, something like that. And my boss wasn't willing to drop a little bit more money in order to make it so that they did. And like, so instead, my boss would tell me to push this other shittier vehicle that they didn't want on the person, and he'd be like, I don't care what it takes, get him in that car because we need to get it off the lot, and like, I'm sure
right.
if you bug them enough, they'll take it. Like, and I was like, man, I don't feel right doing that. Like, because we have the car they want right fucking there. They've driven it. They love it. Like,
They're gonna buy that one,
yeah, let's
and
find
it's
out. Yeah,
more than that
I
one.
know. I was like, let's figure it out, right? Let's figure that out. And he'd be like, well, just do it and stuff like that. And didn't feel right doing it, and I get that it is those people's personal like decisions and stuff like that. If I tell them about the other vehicle and they buy that instead, like they made the choice to buy the other vehicle instead of saying no and going
Yeah.
elsewhere and continuing their search. But a lot of the time, when people are looking for a car from like
See,
essentially a used car dealership, which is kind of what ours was, had a lot of used cars.
now, here's what I want to know though. How much was the car gonna sell for?
We're talking like brand new car, like 20K.
That's the one that he needed off the lot right
Like
there.
off the lot, like actually off the lot, it would be like sometimes like 9 to 10K. Like it'd be like 9 or 10K because it'd be a used car, but it was exactly what they wanted, right? But they would try to get them to get the newer car because they would have to finance it for longer. You know what I mean? And then the company makes more money over the long haul, and that's why they really push the financing in car salesmen.
That's
Because
See,
when
I was
you-
thinking,
That's what
I
they
was
did to my
thinking-
brother.
Yeah, they fuck
Yeah.
you because in the
Course.
financing, and it's
People
because
are-
yeah, they get the interest and everything like that.
yeah, they hate cash sales. They hate cash sales.
Car in
Now,
2015, and he got stuck with a 7-year lease
Yep,
right.
or a note.
financing deal, 7 years
Yeah.
financing, because that means he
Exactly.
owns the car entirely, and whether or not he still drives the car, touches the car, or anything, he still has to pay back that money because technically the money's already been paid. Whereas
Yeah, and
with
if
the
he
lease,
if he trades it
with
in,
the lease, he can give it back to them and just like be like, I'm fucking done, and like
Exactly.
yeah, and if he
Now-
trades it in,
Pay
they're
for
taking
damages.
away.
See, now the difference was that on that lot, he was trying to get rid of an old car, like a car that's been on the lot forever and shit like that. At
Yeah.
that point, I would just be like, well, give me a 50% employee discount and I'll get it off the lot.
yeah. Yeah, I know, right? But no, like, but the way that they did it, the way that they were doing is they wanted them to get the slightly newer vehicles or the newer vehicles, so that it was like, so that they
A
had
lease.
to do not even a lease, a financing deal, because financing is where they screw you. Like if you, because they don't want you to buy it in cash, because if you buy it in cash, you own the vehicle now and there's no debt. But if you finance it, there's debt and there's interest, and they make money off that interest a lot more, right? And it's a lot easier to insert extra little fees here and there when you're doing it through a financing contract because they're long.
Mhm.
But
Absolutely,
yeah.
absolutely.
do you like fashionable and unique clothing? Do you like things that shine super bright when exposed to light? Do you like discounts? Do you like advertisements that ask, do you like, over and over, knowing there is no direct way for you to answer back? If you answered yes to all of these questions, or even just the first three, check out lumenspot.com for some lit clothing and accessories, and use the code GoodBudsPodcast at the checkout for 50% off and free shipping. Thank you, Lumenspot, for sponsoring us, and thank all of you for listening. Check it out today with the link below in the description.
So yeah, car salesmen are, as we know, meant to be pretty pushy because they have their commission that they have to do, and
Yeah.
obviously they can be forced by their boss to be
Yeah.
as such.
Well, because
Um,
because keep in mind, sometimes auto agencies like the one that I worked for, I won't name it. I'm not going to name names or
Yeah.
anything like that for just like because it's not
course.
necessary. But they were marketed as a commission-free car sales. So they said our people don't get commission. They're just commission-free. You don't have to worry about it, right? Now that was facetious because essentially what they meant by that was we don't get a variable commission. So basically, if we sell you a super duper expensive car with all the bells and whistles and the super tip top touch, we get a big commission. And then if we sell like a little tiny baby used car, we get like nothing, right? Like, you know, so like when because
Flat
that
rate.
people, yeah, because people worry about it. Because if you go in, you're looking for a cheap car, they worry you're going to pressure to upsell them because you want a higher commission, right? So with ours, it was a flat rate. That flat rate was $300 per car. Right, so $300 per vehicle, every vehicle, no matter what we sold you. Now, they expected that to make it so that we would try to sell the customer exactly what the customer wanted, because the customer would come in and say, I want whatever, and we'd
Of
be like,
course.
okay, we're inclined to get you just what you want. But really,
But supply and demand, you're still
Yeah.
going to have those couple on the lot, and you're still
Hmm.
going to have those ones that you
Hmm.
want to make extra money off of.
and
those
not
are the
only
ones
that,
management
but
wanna sell.
really, what it ended up doing is making a more predatory practice of selling the customer whatever car you could. Like, basically, if you could convince a customer to buy a car because it looked decent, even though you knew for a fact it probably is going to run like shit and break down in a year, you'd still sell it to them anyway because you're trying to make any sale you can and you think that they'll buy it, right? And so I just morally felt wrong doing it. The people I worked with were actually really great people too, and that's what scared me a little bit. They were all really great people,
Yeah.
but when it came to work, they were very good at what they did. And
Now,
it's like I just couldn't do it.
it's very unfortunate because when I bought my Equinox a couple years ago, fucking, I went to an auto dealership nearby who's a used car dealership. It didn't say anywhere about their commission or anything like that, so I'm like, okay, they more than likely, uh, make just regular commission shit like that. So with that being said, well, first off, a little backstory.
Yeah.
I had a coworker. I had a coworker who walked into a dealership and she wanted somebody else to go with her, just be witness and just to
Be a
help
spotter.
her buy, basically like that. This girl went in like a fucking boss. She walked into this dealership and she literally yelled, "All right, I need a car that does this, 4 doors, looks nice, and can get and I can get pink trim on it somewhere. I have this much to spend. Who's gonna help me?" 3 people come running to her. She pointed at one and she's like, "You." She got exactly what she wanted.
Ballin'.
Exactly what she
And
wanted.
honestly, that's the thing too. Is the ultimate thing I can recommend as a former car salesman who hated what I did, but I knew like how it worked. When you go to a lot, know what you're
What you
looking
want.
for before you get there, because they can convince you of what you want if you're not sure.
Exactly.
Like they can sway your idea, but if you know what you want, you're like, "This is what I want," and you go in there and just state that, they'll do it for you because they want to make
Now-
the sale.
See, now that also goes back to when I first bought the car from this place. When I first bought the car, the guys didn't seem shifty or anything like that. The car I bought was an Equinox, like I had mentioned. I had gone in there with the mindset that I wanted a small, compact SUV. So, fucking uh, GMC Terrain or an Equinox were basically my 2 options that I was mainly going for.
Yeah.
Didn't really like the Fords, didn't really like any of the foreign or anything, so those are what I went with. Went in there, told him what I wanted. He showed me 3 cars. One of them is the one I ended up with. Another Terrain that had a big dent in the side of it. I'm like, no, I don't want that one. And he tried showing me a 2007 car, and I'm just like, no. It's like
No.
2019, or it was like 2019 at the time. So I'm like, no.
Yeah.
You ever see that meme where it's the guy, he's like looking and then he's like looking to the side because of something was said? It's
Yeah.
just like that. Yeah, that's me right now because I just bought a 2002 and I'm just like,
But
I mean,
it's
it's not
20 years old.
It's not bad, but
No, it's 5 years away from being able to legally register it as an antique if he wants.
exactly. I mean,
No,
this is your
because-
first. Is this your
because-
first functioning vehicle?
yeah. And also in the state of
Then
Ohio,
it's fine.
Well, no,
If
I
you
mean,
do-
no,
if you
no.
do that in the
Still,
state
he
of
can still run it as a
Ohio-
legal vehicle.
if you do the historical plates in Ohio, you can only drive that car on Sundays.
No, that's
So
what I mean.
I would
no.
never do that.
No.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. No. Just because you can register a vehicle as a classic car doesn't mean you have to. Because as long as it still complies with current regulation, you can still drive it as a daily
good
driver.
thing. What a good thing is if it's 25 years
It's just
old.
a different type of insurance and like a different type of like situation.
No e-check.
Anyway, the point is, went in, got my car. I've had no problems with it. Everything was good
Yeah.
and shit like that. But that also comes with, there was good maintenance beforehand and shit like that. But there were still options on the lot that weren't that good.
Yeah.
That were being
Well,
sold for roughly around the same price.
They always try
Now-
to have those cars there to.
Of course. Now, recently, I had a coworker who was looking for a car, and I suggested, hey, why don't you check out this place? They sold me my Equinox, decent price, everything was good, and I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure they could find something for you. He goes over there, he finds a car that he really likes, he test drives it, the fucking odometer doesn't work properly.
Oh.
Now, luckily, he noticed that while it was on a test drive, and it was the best one they had. It's something affordable, and he's like, "Look, I really want this one, but I can't afford to fix this odometer or something." So they're like, "Look, we didn't know that was a problem, so we're gonna fix it." It's now been in the shop for 4 days, and
to fix the odometer.
yep. And my friend thinks that, and mind you, they have an in-shop mechanic. And my
Yeah.
friend thinks that they might try to find something else that's wrong with it and keep it in the shop for even longer.
Yeah,
So-
they're probably finding everything wrong with it and trying to fix it now desperately so that they'll still buy it. Did he already sign the paperwork?
The car is basically his until. Yeah,
Like, does
the
he
car
have
is
money,
basically.
money
Did
down
they-
and everything?
Money has
already?
been
Like,
transferred and everything like that, as far as I know,
Oh.
but I'm not 100% sure. But
Well,
they are still
There's a
liable to fix it at this
possibility if
point
there's like
until
only
they
one
hand over
mechanic.
ownership.
Yeah, it could just be it could be the fact that the mechanic might be overworked too.
Yeah, it could be
because
that.
some shops like that have the fucking on-site mechanic. There's only like one or two mechanics, and then they're stuck working on the car until it's fully fixed and they can put it on the lot. Because my uncle works.
And then
at
they
one.
got another.
Yeah.
Right. So
And
if
then-
something's wrong with the car that they're trying to sell, they have to stop what they're doing or
Yeah.
continue fixing that one, then get to that one. Plus somebody
Yeah.
else is trying to buy a car that
Our
has
place
some
had
problem.
like our place had like two that could legally do inspections on cars, like the street road
Mhm.
inspections or whatever for the inspection stickers, and
Oh, so it's completely
like-
different here.
and the other like the rest of them basically were like there was like 3 or 4 other ones that were just like grease monkeys that ran around everywhere and did everything. They did like all the work.
Oh yeah, see,
Like even during
our-
the inspections, really, like they do most of the work during the inspections, and then the boss man would like walk around and be like,
our
Oh, yeah.
inspections, we have to go to a completely different place, and then they'll take your car down like a little path, and then,
Uh,
and then like, okay, your car either gets a yes or no, and then
Oh,
you
really?
move on with
Straight
your day.
well, same with ours. Like what it is like except they don't take it down a path. They basically just drive it into a garage, lift it up, do like a I don't even know how many point inspection. It's a lot of them.
They don't
just
do
to
that.
make sure that it's
they,
like
they
safe.
just take it. They just take it, and then they shake the car. Basically, sometimes they'll put
Are
it
you
on
for
like
real?
this.
They're literally just shaking it to see if parts fall off.
No, more like
I
testing.
mean, it's an
your sys-
effective strategy.
It is. No,
It's-
I'm not
I was
gonna
driving
lie.
down the
No,
road.
no, it's
I was
it's-
driving down the road one time and I think it was a wrench from Bell Tire, which I was just at earlier that day. I'm pretty sure they left a wrench in my hood and it had fallen off and gone to the road. I pull off to
No.
the side and I'm checking everywhere in my car, like, what the fuck just fell off?
That's like
No,
insane, man.
the shake is for your suspension and.
No, I
whatnot.
know. No, I know why, but that's the thing is they can check your suspension but without shaking the car like
Or just
Technology, I guess. I don't know.
at the end of the thing,
they
you
just
just have
lift it
those
up and like
I don't know if it's different in every
Or you
state
could have those
here.
rumble
But that's
strips
how
at the end.
that's
just-
it's in Ohio. They'll take it.
yeah.
They'll do spinny things. They'll do a little bit of a shake test, and then they'll be like, okay. And
Right.
they can tell you if there's like suspension problems on it. 'cause
That's
I guess,
wild,
like,
man. No, nobody has to drive your car in ours. They just make sure that everything is safe. They like check the brakes, they check the suspension, they check the engine, they check
well,
the
yeah,
like,
they
drivetrain, they
check.
check the
They'll check
exhaust and,
that, and
like-
then they'll throw it down a path.
yeah.
think we're
and
getting
then
a
they're- and
little
then- yeah, and then
digressed.
they're like thumbs up. But yeah,
Little
But
digress
anyway,
here.
sales.
Um,
Yes, back to sales.
So yeah, other sales that are fucking pushy and stuff like that, which
Mm.
I've noticed a lot considering I'm now getting back or everything's opening up, fucking sports venues, shit like that, concerts especially,
Yeah.
which I've been going to as many as I can now, and I got more in line to go to.
Hell yeah. Buy my
Um,
t-shirt.
what?
Buy my t-shirt. Buy my t-shirt. Buy my t-shirt, Curtis. You've gone to my concert. Buy my t-shirt. Buy it now. Those pushy t-shirt vendors at fucking every concert you go
Buy
to.
this $80 T-shirt you could buy at Hot
Buy
Topic
this
for half the
$80
price.
t-shirt you could buy at Hot Topic for $30.
Oh no, those people don't push. Fucking in Detroit, merch people are extremely laid back because most people flock to them instead.
That makes
So
sense.
the only thing that has to be an issue there is security screaming, "Get in a line, form a line, form a line, move the line this way, get in a line."
Just remix that.
Should.
Me going to the metal detectors at high school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, this.
Oh Jesus.
Oh,
God
those
damn,
are jokes. Those are jokes now. You can just, unless it actually looks like a gun, you're basically safe to bring it in.
As someone who lives in Canada.
No,
and-
see
just-
here.
I don't
See
even-
at my high school, they do it. They threw your bag. You had to throw your bag on literally one of those airport things.
the trays.
Yeah.
Oh my God, bro.
Yeah, I don't know how the school system is around here now, but we never had to do that. You could just walk in through one of 3 entrances, no metal detectors, just walk right in.
It was
Oh,
like
sit
that.
right down.
In Ohio, it
It's
was
getting
like
School is
that.
gonna give you the news.
You
In
remember
Ohio,
that?
it was like that, and then the school shooting happened in
Yeah.
somewhere
Those
in
happen.
Cleveland, and then they were just like,
You
every
remember
school
that-
needs metal detectors now.
Oh my God. But that
That's when
Simpsons
they
quote
fucking
from
did it.
Abe, where it's like, I used to be with it but then it changed, and now what I'm with isn't it, and I'm scared.
Exactly. But no, with concerts and everything, the more
Yeah.
pushy people are the ones who are outside of the actual concert venues. The
Oh
people
yeah.
outside the concert venues, at the beginning, when you're trying to get in, it's ticket pushers
Yep.
and
Scalpers. Yeah.
yeah, scalpers. Basically, people who are trying to sell you tickets that they either got online, they have fake tickets, or they got some last second tickets,
Bootleg
or they
CDs.
yeah, somehow they have some form of ticket, and whether they're legitimate or not, they're trying to sell them to you while you're on your way to the venue. Mind you, most of these people who are going to the venue clearly already have their tickets because these sell out now, and people go to this, and there's a large population who can only fit into a small venue.
That's
So,
true.
with all of that being said, scalping is kind of, a terrible, terrible decision to make,
Yeah.
especially with most concerts now,
To
considering
be
they're
fair
all
though,
digital.
they do make a lot of money back though sometimes, like honestly, like but now it's all, to be fair, digital scalping is the new era, man.
There is
Ticketmaster making it so you can't refund your ticket, but you can post it on a reseller website. That right
exactly.
there, it's like
Now,
I hate you,
exactly.
Ticketmaster.
I love Ticketmaster and stuff like that
No, I
for
don't speak. I
for
don't
stuff.
speak on the behalf of like because they do wonderful things, but at the same time they need to change the policy.
Yeah, they do need to make it so where you can return them, trade them, or sell them, or something like that.
Well, no,
I
you
mean,
can. You can sell them.
like,
You can't refund them. You can't refund a ticket, but you can post it on a reselling website, and they give you a link to the reselling website, which they also own a stake in, and they encourage you to upsell the ticket. So
all right,
they're encouraging people to buy like 40 or 50 tickets to a concert and then resell them on this reselling website that they also happen to own,
okay.
which is
See,
shady as fuck.
now that's shady and that sucks.
But I love Ticketmaster for the fact that they do put on some really badass concerts, and I have gone to some Ticketmaster concerts, and they honestly their system works. Otherwise,
I
people
think
wouldn't use it.
I
But
don't know
they
Like,
exactly how it works, but I'm pretty sure Live Nation is kind of getting into a similar vein
straight
of
up,
that for their own
yeah,
concerts and
yeah.
concerts they're selling tickets to.
I think
yeah,
Ticketmaster tweaks
for
a few
me,
things. They'll be the perfect company when it comes to that.
But yeah, like we were saying back in the day, the ones that really pushed it were people when you're going into concerts and stuff like
Oh
that.
man, yeah. I so many
Now a lot of
bootleg
them have
CDs like
both.
of like concerts I've been to, like
Exactly. Concerts and
burnt up
sporting events too.
MP3s.
Sporting events are one of those things that are still doing some paper tickets here and there. So
Yeah.
every once in a while, you'll still see a lot of them out there. Like,
Well,
hey, come
hell,
on, I got real good seats here. Trade in
I,
your seats. Get real
And
good seats here.
I was gonna say, like in the states, I've seen in some places even like food trucks fucking set up outside the fucking place, like illegally. They park like outside of the stadiums so that because they know they'll be able to afford to pay the ticket that they're gonna get for parking there because of the amount of business that they're gonna get from people to going in, and they'll just be like, "Buy a churro, fucking come get a churro before you go and eat your churros.
Exactly. If
What are you
you're
waiting?"
if you're
Like,
selling a burrito for $5 outside of a venue and the ticket for parking there is $1,000, you only have to sell 200 burritos,
yeah, you're golden. You're golden. And usually
and
it's
you
more than
have
that
a
because
flock of
because
100,000
because
coming out.
food
So
truck food is artisan food now, right? Like you can do like artisan food truck shit. So I've seen where like plates are like $11 at a
I
food
mean,
truck, and it's
unless you
like
want to
good
do
amount of
dollar grilled
food.
cheeses.
Oh man, you can do dollar grilled cheeses, throw
No,
some
have you
jalapenos on
seen?
it, and
No,
you can.
no. Have you seen the dollar grilled cheese truck?
Do they just grill dollar grilled cheeses?
That's it. It's $1. It's grilled cheese. If you give him $5, there's no change either. If you give him $5, he gives you 5 grilled cheese sandwiches. That's how it works.
I love everything
He's
about
not a
that.
bait. Dude, Google the picture right now.
Okay, I'm on it. Hold on.
$1 or grilled cheese food truck.
that's shocking because there's this fucking food truck I went to when my brother was in town, and they wanted like
Ballin'.
they wanted $50 for a little good. I mean, not good size. It was pretty small plate of like cheese fries because it was like a hot dog food truck.
No, I see it. I see it. This is actually fantastic. I love everything about this. So it says, yeah, it says, on the side, danger, $1 grilled cheese. Don't ask for a goddamn tomato slice, or I swear to God, I will reach through the window, pull you inside, and hold your head against the griddle, which will be embarrassing for you. Menu,
Exactly.
grilled cheese, $1. That's enough. If you, oh, hold on.
I'm gonna give him $100 if I ever spot it, and I have $100 just to give.
I don't have Venmo because I'm not some teenage asshole who vapes. $1 grilled cheese, no change.
I will give him
Get
Sort
it.
out
$100.
your own
You
shit.
sort out your own shit, man. That's pretty fucking blunt.
Exactly.
Like, marketing strategy, though. I wonder if it's good grilled cheese, though. Like,
Apparently, it's pretty grilled cheese.
I haven't seen, like...
This side of the truck is not for customers. Do not approach. This window is for me to 1,000-yard stare out of.
As I make grilled cheese sandwiches.
This window is for
Possibly.
me to 1,000-yard stare out of every time someone tells me they like my idea, but that I could make more money if I charged $2 or $3. Yes, Carol, I know how money works. The window is aimed at a nearby meadow where a family of deer often gather, and one time I saw an owl, so I'm holding out hope I get to see an owl again. But I'm ready to get back to selling you utilitarian eats at rock bottom prices for my own amusement. I will let you know. Do not ask me how long I will be. It'll just make me stare longer. If you would like to talk about Friday Night Lights, then okay. No, I don't know where a bathroom is. This is the backside of the truck.
That's absolutely magnificent. And honestly, I would honestly, that's not a bad. If you can get your cheese cheap enough, and you can have your propane cheap enough, and you can get your bread cheap enough, you could potentially, and get your butter cheap enough, you could potentially make that work. It'd be hard to turn it profitable, though.
Get your wallets up, but don't get your hopes up. If you need a drink, go to a place that sells drinks.
That's nice. That makes sense. That makes sense.
I need to find this truck so I can give him $100.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he doesn't give change. Yeah, dude. No,
I'm walking away with 100 grilled cheese.
If you're like, hey man, I'd like some grilled cheese, and you'd be like, all right, how many? And you just hold up $100 bill, and you'd be like, I don't give change. You're like, oh, I know.
I know. I'll just look at him with the
Just look at him.
the-
Look at the $100 bill. Look back at him. Be like, I know.
with the
Mind you,
straightest
this
face.
grilled cheese
Yeah.
this grilled cheese card is a concept
Mm.
off of
true.
Twitter. I don't think he actually bought it and made it yet.
It's
but
something
if he did,
that
would be
if he
purple.
hasn't registered it yet, we can do it. Good Bud's
Steven-
$1 grilled cheese.
This is Daniel Danger on fucking Twitter, and it's Stephen King backed my idea. He wrote Maximum Overdrive, which is pretty much the spiritual point of origin for the idea, so I've made necessary changes to the truck in his honor. Anyway, official sandwich of Stephen King, hoping he'll appear in my commercial. And then he just glued a fucking, or photoshopped a Green Goblin plastic mask over top of it.
Oh my god. That's fantastic. Oh
Alright.
man. But yeah, no, but honestly, I wouldn't mind if someone from a $1 grilled cheese truck was pushy for me. I wouldn't mind that.
Yeah,
That's something
that
he could
I would like.
He could push that shit on me. If that was parked outside of a concert, he wouldn't need to push that on me. I'd walk over to that and be like, bro, I'll take 5 right now. And I would eat all 5 of them because I love grilled cheese and I will take them all day. I don't even care if it's like the most processed cheese on the fucking face of the earth. I will eat that. Like,
I mean, if it's American, you know
if
that
it's
shit is.
appropriately grilled, I will. Mm, mm, mm,
Mm.
mm, mm. I'd rock that
Wait.
shit.
So like I was saying, food trucks and fucking ticket scalpers definitely on the way in.
Yeah.
On the way out, it's always people with discount or bootleg merch.
Mm.
Now, that's where the people always come out on the way out. They're like, hey, these were sold after the show. These didn't sell during the show. We have whole boxes of them. Come on, take them. We got this and that. And you
Yeah.
look in the box and they're like just all black t-shirts. And then you ask for the actual and then when you ask for the shirt that he's, holding up and selling, he pulls it out of his shirt. Like, here you go.
Yeah.
Like-
Yeah.
What the fuck? What?
What? It's like, dude, why does this say Aerosmith 2010?
Now, mind you, I have bought from one of those guys once because they were pushy enough and it was interesting.
Yeah.
So we had just come out of the Metallica concert. I had gotten a shirt. My friend had gotten a shirt. My dad got a hat, but he didn't get a shirt because they were out of his size.
Yeah.
So as we're leaving the concert, a guy's holding up a shirt exactly like the one I just bought. And he's saying that they're for $25 or $25 or $30, which is like $5 less than they were selling them in the concert.
Yeah.
We're like, my dad turns around and he's like, let me see that real quick. And he looks at the shirt and he's inspecting all of it, and he's like, this looks right. You got one in a medium? Guy looks in his shirt, he pulls out one, and he's like, it's large. Here you go, man. That one's medium. And he's just like, cool. Dad hands him fucking $30, and we walk away. He fucking unrolls the shirt, and he's like, looking at it with a flashlight, and he's like, there's nothing wrong with it. It looks exactly right. It's the right
Yeah.
print and everything like that.
Yeah.
We compared it to the shirt I had, and we're like, yeah, you just bought the same exact shirt for like $5 cheaper from a guy off the street. Fuck it.
Fuck it.
We
Yeah,
had
fuck-
another one. We've had another moment where we were leaving a baseball game, and there always were these people who had these little American pins,
Yeah.
and they cost $2 or $3 that were supposed to be donated to veterans or whatever. But like, no shame to the people who actually do that. But
No.
these people rather would wait till people were coming through down the street, and they would walk up to you and put it into your hand, and then tell you that you had to pay for it.
Oh yeah. It's like those superhero characters who like purposely like run behind somebody when they're about to take a selfie and pose, and then they're like, that'll be $10.
Right.
It's like the fuck
shit
it
like
will.
You
might be
So
dressed
is
like
that
your
Spider.
phone?
what are you gonna
It's
do?
like-
Delete it off my
You-
phone? Good luck.
No, you might be dressed like Spider-Man, but I bet you fight like a bitch.
Um. So yeah.
Does parkour and shit.
So they used to just put them into your hand and then tell you, "Hey, if you like it, you got to pay for it," or some stuff like that.
Eh.
So me and my family were going by. Mind you, I'm kind of a young kid or whatever.
Yeah.
So they tried putting it into my dad's hand. He's like, "No, no, no." They try giving it to my brother, and he's like, "No." They try giving it to me, and I stick my hand out, and they give it to me. As they give it to me, my mom pushes me along. So I'm like running. So we're all like running down the street, and I'm like,
Yeet.
read the back, and they're like, it says like made in China, 90 cents or some stuff like that is retail price. And I'm like,
Oh my god.
these motherfuckers.
That's fantastic. Do you just
Yeah.
so your mom like basically helped you shoplift from like people who were trying to resell like
They were
Pins.
shifty. It was
shifty
fine.
people who were trying to resell pins?
Shifty pens, people.
Oh my god. That's just the best thing ever, honestly. But I can think of one case where a pushy salesperson was a good thing for me.
Okay.
And it actually has to do with after a concert, because I had gone to a concert, and I actually with my stepfather, we went to a concert. It was a great show, and after the show, we were heading downtown in the city nearby where I lived, and we were like, we got to get something for a snack before we go home, like some kind of food or something, right? So
Right.
we went to this like restaurant. It was like a Greek place downtown, and they were open late. So fucking the salesman, I was like, I don't know what I want, man. I don't know anything at all. Like my stepdad was like, I'm gonna get like this and this and this, and the owner was like, you want shawarma? And I was like, I don't know, man. Like I don't know if I've ever had a shawarma before. Maybe I have, and they didn't call it one, but I don't think I have. He's like, we don't have lamb, so chicken or beef. And I was like, chicken? And he's like beets. I'm like, I felt like I wasn't allowed to say no. So I was like, sure, dog. Like, hook me up. And like this guy built me a fucking shawarma basically with like kind of like didn't even ask me, like he didn't even ask me a question. It felt like he was just telling me what he was doing. And I was like, all right, cool. So I bought a shawarma from the dude, and it was one of the fucking tastiest goddamn things I ever tasted in my life. Like especially like
Oh, yeah.
since I was baked out of my gourd, and it was like post concert munchies. Like because
Now,
I
was
didn't want
this-
to buy it.
Was this a shawarma bowl or was this a wrap? Or
Straight up traditional shawarma, man. Like open kind of wrapped ish pita. Like so it's like
Okay.
a cut in half kind
Like
of
a
wrapped
gyro
over
pita
pita.
or-
Yeah. Well, yeah, like a wrapped over pita kind of thing, right?
okay.
And it was man, it was heavenly. It tasted so good. There was like tzatziki and like some kind of other Greek sauce on it, and it had like good cheese and like feta cheese and like other like
Probably
sauces.
some
and,
garlic sauce on
some
it.
garlic sauce, and it was just like I want one
Oh.
right now. Like it had like this nice lettuce, but it also had these pickled beets or whatever on it, and it was like,
See, you're reminding me of a Mediterranean place that used to be
My mouth
across the
is
street from
watering.
my work, and it's not there anymore, and I'm sad.
that is disappointing. Like my mouth is literally watering right now thinking about how delicious that was.
Absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely.
But yeah, that was one case where like a pushy salesperson absolutely made my goddamn night, and every time I go to the city for a concert now, I go back there.
Hey buds, you really want to show off your love of marijuana or just really shine at your next smoke session? You really want to go to myhighshop.com for some of the coolest cannabis clothing and accessories. They have shirts, sweats, jewelry, grinders, and even pipes made out of amethyst crystals. You can check them out using the link below and let them know I sent you by using code GoodBudsCurtis at checkout. You can save 35% off your entire order and free shipping. Again, that's code GoodBudsCurtis at checkout. Thank you to myhighshop.com, and let's get back to the show.
Now, the last little subject of pushy people are probably, I would say, the worst of the worst.
Yeah.
Except for one specific category, which I'll get to in a second. But worst of the worst are the people who don't even have the good graces to stay somewhere else to fucking be pushy. The ones who go straight to your fucking house.
The hunters.
Door-to-door salesmen.
They seek us.
And-
Something dark side.
Now, before we talk about door-to-door salesmen, let's talk about the worst door-to-door salesman, and that's people who are trying to sell you Jesus Christ. Fuck you, Jehovah's Witnesses. I have no care for you.
First of all, I can barely afford rent. I definitely can't afford Jesus.
Other than Childish Gambino.
Yo, well, Childish Gambino.
We can all download him on iTunes.
Yes.
He's a Jehovah's Witness, but I mean,
No, actually, he's not anymore.
oh, he's not.
He was raised a Jehovah's Witness. Is the difference?
Oh, okay.
So was the guy who made ASDF movie, but
Exactly.
yeah. Same
Yeah,
thing.
but,
Once they
but-
realize how ridiculous it is, they're like, "Oh wait,
Yeah.
we can just not."
They're like, we could just not do that, and just be thankful. Yeah, be thankful we're human beings with other awesome human beings. Let's just do
I
that.
think speaking of them, I think my favorite rage moment that I have recorded is me getting angry at a Call of Duty match at the other guy. I'm saying, I hope a clan of Jehovah's Witness just show up to your fucking house and just and as I repeatedly keep knocking on my desk.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah. I remember that. Boom, 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 boom. But
It's
but
funny.
yeah, like yeah.
In my neighborhood, you can tell when they're here because it's usually 4 of them. They'll park the car somewhere. All 4 of them
Scope
will
the
step
area
out, and then they'll go in teams of 2, one on one side of the street, one on the other. Hit
Yeah,
every
we do.
street in the block, or hit every house on the block, go back to their cars, and then either go to the next section of the block, or go to the next section of the street. And they always go to somewhere else first, that's next to our house, so we always see them coming. All the lights off, everything off. Open the vestibule door, like the little area before our front door, so our dog can run in there,
Mhm.
and we just sit back and wait.
Yep. See, I always just answer the door, and I'm just like, no, thank you, and then close
Or-
the door.
For the simple sake of not being any more of an asshole, I just don't inquire in them.
No, I
I'm
just like
pretty
to
sure
make
they
that
don't.
They're
I'm pretty
freaked
sure they
out
don't
just
talk-
enough.
Well, I'm pretty sure they don't talk to other Jehovah's Witnesses and be like, "Yo, this house is on the no-call list."
No.
But yeah,
Well, they
I
do
don't.
actually at temple. At their temple, they actually. I've learned this from a friend of mine who's also a former practicing Jehovah's Witness. But at his temple or whatever, or, temple hall or whatever they call it, they had like town like maps, and they would basically have houses marked as like don't go here because they were aggressive, or don't go here for whatever reason. And if you're canvassing a neighborhood, they'll be like, oh yeah, okay, cover all these houses, but not this one. And they'll
Okay.
be like, all right. So like
Well,
eventually they will stop bugging you.
Well, when they come to the door next, I'll just hang like a bath mat head or something like that. We are
Yeah.
proud Satanists in this house.
Yeah. No, Jehovah's Witnesses, like the whole organization. Actually, I don't think they like being called that anymore. I think they all like Mormons and Jehovah's Witnesses and stuff like that. all
Church
like
of
to be
Latter-day
called-
Saints.
They're just
Or
LDS
no,
now. Yeah,
that's
the LDS.
Mormons.
No, that's all of them. I think because Mormons and Jehovah's Witnesses are essentially the same goddamn thing. They're just-
Essentially, but they're not
Yeah.
here. I'll look it up real
I
quick.
think there might be fundamental differences, but overall, they're essentially the same damn thing.
Jehovah's Witness.
They're the Church of Latter-day Saints, right?
Jehovah'sWitnesses.org.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, that's yeah. They're
So does
officially.
Jehovah's Witnesses, yeah. But yeah, so it's either way, it's like it's one of those things where it's like anytime a person gives up on it, they're immediately ostracized, and they tell every single other person about it. And you can go to another town, and they'll know about it. Like
Makes
if you
sense.
go to another
And
town,
that's also good.
yeah, like it's
Cool.
weird
They're-
and creepy. Yes, like
It's
but they,
creepy, but that's
yeah.
good that they're interconnected. They know, don't fuck with me. I don't feel like it.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
True.
Jehovah's Witnesses, pushy, annoying. But
Yeah.
the salespeople who come to your door. Now, there's,
Mm.
like I said, there's one exception, and I'm pretty sure we can all really quickly agree on that. Girl Scout cookies.
Oh, yep. Power
Yep.
to you, girls.
If
Bring
power
me
to
those
you, and
cocoa nut.
if those come to the fucking door, I'm getting some Samoas. I'm getting some fucking tagalongs.
Mm-hmm.
It
What do you
don't
like,
matter.
Isaac? Girl Scout cookies. What do you like?
Well, I like Dosey Dos personally, but
I like the peanut butter ones. I can't think of them now.
Dosey Dos are the sandwich peanut butter ones. The ones that are peanut butter and chocolate covered are tagalongs.
Then the Dosey Dos.
Dosey Dos are my favorite too. They're
Any-
basically peanut butter Oreo.
I'm like that with any cookie that's peanut buttered, so it's just like
The last
Yeah.
Girl Scout who came to our door, fucking, I legitimately ordered every however much Dosey Dos she had, or I asked how much Dosey Dos she had, on her right then and there. She said, I have an entire box, which is 16 boxes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, cool,
Hand it
give me
over.
half
Yes.
of those.
Yes.
Give me 8.
Yeah, because the
Now.
markup is still pretty steep, but I'll take half of them.
who bought all the
Well, and-
Dosey Dos? You want to point them out?
Well,
Okay.
that's the thing. I
What,
don't
ski
want her
mask
going
on?
down the street. Somebody else wants Dosey Dos and then points out my house. I'll have a very bad devil's night.
No, straight up, yeah, you're not wrong.
Who bought all
Um,
the Dosey Dos? Can you point
I
them
can
out
see
real
it now.
quick?
The next thing you know, she starts telling your neighbors. Next thing you know, it's like Curtis's house would looking like the house from I Am Legend with all the windows boarded up and shit. Fucking
All the windows boarded
He's
up.
laying in his bathtub
Sure.
with a shotgun and his dog curled up next to him.
There's
No,
just TP flown
Or his
all over
assault
my
knife-
house.
His assault weapon.
Yes.
I see Curtis just looking through the curtains, just eating all the cookies.
Just eating the cookies in the bathtub with his assault weapon and his dog curled up next to him.
The angry mob
Well, all
from the
the angry-
Simpsons movie. The angry mob from the Simpsons movie just comes after. Curtis, we know you're in there. Bring out the Dosey Dos. Fuck you.
What?
What are you eating? Tagalongs?
Get him!
Yes, I would be on
It'll
that.
be like Thin Mints, and they'll be like, all right, wait a minute.
Wait a minute. She had plenty of Thin Mints. Get him. But yeah, obviously they're the exception.
Girl
But
Scouts exception.
other pushy salesmen that come straight to your door.
Oh,
I know before the
politicians.
podcast. Yeah, the politician ones.
Don't try to
fucking
shake
the
my
ones.
hand. I don't want to vote for you.
Not the the politician themselves. If they came door to door, I'd be like, okay, I'll say a word, I'll listen you out, and shit like that. Okay, cool. I don't have to leave to go to a fucking political speech, and I feel like you've connected more. I like
Yeah.
that. When you send one of your aides or one of your fucking campaign roadies to fucking come talk to me,
I like
Fuck
the
you.
whole idea of this could have been an email.
Or
Exactly.
or
or you
the-
could have just left a flyer.
Yeah, just
You're
leave a
probably
flyer,
going to
bro.
hand me a flyer afterwards anyway, and you're probably going over it with me, but I'll read it on my own time. Get
Or
the fuck
the-
out of my face.
what's the other ones that I hate? I hate so much. Oh, do you got AT&T?
Mm.
Do you got what kind of cable you got?
I know.
What do you do
Oh,
with
I
your
know.
internet your service?
Oh, yeah.
I
What do you do
hate
with
it.
your
I
internet
know.
service?
Literally the one time I was on a job painting a house, and it's like they waited for the neighbor to come home, because as soon as the neighbor backed into his driveway, he sent his car on the phone, and then he got out the car. Next thing you know, I look to my right, because I'm in his driveway technically, because I'm holding
Yeah.
the ladder up, and I see them coming from the right, and I'm like, oh god, this guy's fucked.
Oh
It's
shit,
like they
son.
it's like they
Doesn't even
waited
seem
for him
coming.
to get out of the car to
Now-
go talk to him.
Yeah, man, they were probably staking him out. They were like sitting in their car eating a fucking bag of jelly beans, fucking staring at him. With one of them had a newspaper up with a hole cut in it so he could see through it, and the other one was just eating a bag of jelly beans.
Now, one of the funnier instances I had is my mom was at home, and 2 guys were walking down the street, going door to door, selling.
Going to do.
I can't even remember what they were selling, but it was some subscription package or something like that. Like, it wasn't a physical product; it was
Yeah.
something that you had to sign up for.
Yeah.
So they had not made it up to my porch yet, but since my mom was home, they were gonna go up to my house. I was just pulling into my driveway because I was getting off of work. So as I pull in, they fucking turn away from my house and they look at me and they're like, should we just ask this guy instead? I think we should ask this guy instead. They're walking over towards me. I get out. Mind you, at the time I'm like 22 or whatever, so it's like,
Yeah.
all right, you can't really expect me to be the one who owns this house. So if it's anything for the house, first off, fuck off.
Yeah.
And secondly, I'm clearly getting out of my vehicle. Why are you bothering me?
Yeah,
So they walk over and
what
they're
do you
just like,
want?
"Hi, sir. Are you interested in like?" And at
No.
the time, I really wanted to say like something smart ass or some shit like that, but
Are you
this was another
interested in these nuts? Oh!
something like hippity hoppity, get the fuck off my
Yeah,
property,
bippity boppity, get the fuck out of my property.
and just
Honestly,
hop inside or some shit like that.
honestly, if I was in your shoes, I'd look at them as like they're walking towards me. I would just instantly run down the street. Or just like walk towards your house and do the SpongeBob, just do the SpongeBob thing. I feel like someone's trying to sell me something.
One
Or what
Punch
I
Man
should-
style runaway.
What I should have done is like reach or like touch on like my stomach, like not reach for my waist, but like touch my stomach and have them like freak out for a second, and then just reach down to my dick and just like grab it, and then just be like scuttle away with like my legs spread open.
Do that whole saddle legs,
Wait.
yeah, the saddle, the crab
Exactly.
legs or whatever, and then even better, scuttle towards them.
Pull your pants back. to
And
your
the whole
underwear.
time you're like,
What's up? What's up?
That would be- exactly that. Okay, you know what? But honestly, I think we just found a technique that we can apply to all pushy salesmen.
What's
If
You
they
know
come
what?
at you, grab your dick, stare at them in the eyes, wide-eyed, and go, "Will you like scuttle like crab crawl
You know-
towards them?"
You know what
what's
would
the
be
Ted
physical?
Bear 2 tactic?
You know what? I have a way better idea. Next
Okay.
time somebody comes to my door,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna just like, or see what they have to say, and then just be like, so we're doing it the hard way. Walk down the steps, get into my grass in my front yard, and then just start Dark Souls rolling, just like fucking yeah. Come on, come at me, yeah. Dark Souls roll, yeah. Come on. Just like what?
You need.
What the
You're
fuck?
gonna. You're gonna need a pool noodle too. You just grab the pool
Yeah,
noodle
pool
next
noodle,
to your
yeah.
door. Come on. Come on.
All right, I've awaited this moment.
Come on, I got 30 dexterity, bro.
Yeah.
You ain't getting past me. I got 20 arcane as well. Yeah. He comes
Actually,
after me.
you know what? I would take
Pool noodle
I would take.
transforms.
Oh, go ahead.
Guy comes after me. Pool noodle transforms into a giant fucking sword, and I just come down on him. What the fuck?
Oh dear God, no!
That's
See,
Curtis in Bloodborne.
See, I was gonna say I would take the example from one of my favorite rolling heroes of all time, pre Bloodborne and Soulsborne series, but
I can do either. Either or would work,
the old Link,
of course.
the Link rotation.
I would probably be the dickhead and just be like, they come up to me, they start talking. I'd just be like, hold on, and I'll start acting like I'm talking to someone behind them. So when they turn around, I just close the door.
Oh my God, that'd be fantastic.
The other ones that are fantastic are the fucking ones who come with that bottle of all-purpose magic cleaner.
Mm.
Fucking, it can clean anything, absolutely anything. Watch, do you see this rust spot that's been on your porch for probably 20 years? Look at this. One little spritz of the sprayer, leave it on there for 5 seconds, wipes right off. Ain't that magical? Then you're like, that rust spot was never there. Wait, is that a brown Sharpie in your back pocket? Instantly clean. It's magic.
Anyway, see you later.
I would.
Do you have a
again,
diamond ring? Here, let me spray a little on that. Boom. Give it a little buff, and bam, that diamond is shinier than ever. The diamond's gone. Well, you have a good night, Diane.
Anyway, see you next week.
I would be the asshole. This product could clean everything. Oh yeah, can it clean my suppressed memories?
Fantastic. See,
How good is it at cleaning human blood out of every surface in my living room? Just wondering, hypothetically.
I gotta ask how good it would be for blood. And then the ones who stick their foot in the doorway, like, come on, sir, I really insist. You at least let me try this out. Come on, trust me. Oh, see, my shoe made a scuff in the door. Don't worry, I can clean that out with my all-purpose cleaner.
Or even,
One spray there, one spray here.
yeah.
Need to pass a drug test? Drink a little bit. It's safe for you.
Yeah. Now, hypothetically, how much blood could this clean off of a toilet bowl? Like, a lot of blood?
Like, I had, like, Chipotle 3 nights in a row this week.
I popped
Like,
a
I
hemorrhoid in my tub and the blood won't leave.
I had a hair clog.
And actually, more seems to be bubbling up from the drains. I think I awoke something. Can it do anything about that?
I've awoken a blood demon in my cesspool.
This-
What do we
One of
do?
the-
Do you think Drano would work?
What do?
One of the
Freedom?
nuts in my drain started coming alive. Would this work on that?
I'm pretty
yeah,
sure.
Yeah, no problem, no problem. Just a little spritz on it, and it's good to go. Good to go. And it's got holy
Fix it
water.
up with mighty.
It's only made with the best holy water, so you're golden.
Fix it up with Flex Seal. Seal that demon back into your plumbing. It's fine.
It'll go to your neighbor's house. Your neighbor sucks anyway. That's right. Fuck you, Barbara. Your dog keeps shitting in my garden.
And you don't use Flex Seal.
Do you have a Ned Flanders neighbor?
Oh my god.
Tie him up with Flex Tape.
Oh my
He'll
god.
never breathe again.
Is
Oh, yeah.
Tinkerbird getting on your goddamn nerves?
Tie him
Well,
up
flex
with
on him with
tape.
your flex tape.
Yeah, flex on with your flex tape.
Absolutely.
Oh my god.
Um,
Like, but yeah, like no, straight up like the pushiness of like the people who come to your house and try to like do the multi-purpose cleaners and like that kind of thing. It's like makeup as well. Like
Yeah.
we've had like people come by
Oh,
and be like, "Is the lady of the house here?" It's like, no, we're not buying any makeup or sex toys.
Oh, come on.
Don't
I have a
care which one you're gonna buy.
$300 kit right here that you can buy at any Walmart for $20.
Not gonna happen. If I'm not buying any makeup, not buying any sex toys door to door. If I want a sex toy, I will go to a shady, seedy looking sex toy store like
Huh.
everybody else should, and I will not hide my head in
I-
shame. I will be there proudly because I'm supporting a local business.
Now look,
Real quick, so I shit you not. We used to have a fucking coworker who was a waitress whose side hustle was doing that.
Venus parties.
and- Yeah, and she would fucking
Parquet.
have
I had
her
a gay roommate
meeting.
who would try to do it.
She would have her meetings at our workplace. So outside would be a giant truck that basically said sex parties, dildos, women, stuff like that. You know,
Yeah,
just a big E2020 Ford van just
hanging out
plastered
there.
along the side of it,
So you
Just
guys
hanging out.
catered for them?
right out front. What
Yeah,
up?
just
You
hanging
guys
out.
catered for them?
Probably, yeah.
Nobody went outside to really inspect the van, and she was there on work and food related business with another one of our coworkers. So
Yeah, true.
all the waitresses were buying stuff from her.
Hey,
So you know,
hey, side hustle's a side hustle, and honestly, it makes money because people like to buy it in a more like intimate, enclosed setting like that, where they can potentially like kind of protect their identity from the general public, right? So
No,
with a
well,
whole
they're
bu-
they're in the
Anyway.
general public right now.
I want to buy my
Oh.
dildos from Applebee's.
but I think Jesus Christ, I think we can end this podcast on one last thing, and it's what I remember from a skit from Family Guy. And
Yeah.
it was the time Peter was a door-to-door vacuum cleaner salesman.
Oh yes.
Look at I got this wine and this and mustard and ketchup and feces. And now what if I mixed them all together? Oh shit, forgot the vacuum.
Exactly. Hi, I have this wonderful vacuum that I'm going to clean to you. Imagine this. Imagine you get home. There's mustard on your floor. You smear that into the carpet, and then you get some feces. Feces and mustard, and then you mix some coffee grounds and some dirt in there. So now you got dirt, mustard, and feces all ground in there. Oh, crap, I forgot the vacuum.
Oh crap. Such wise words. Such wise words. And you know what? Peter Griffin would be a terrible
One-
salesman.
One more before you hit the road.
Yeah.
Fuck the people at the stores. I don't want your gift cards.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm not signing up for shit. I don't want your gift cards. Leave me
I
alone.
don't want your gift cards. I don't want your rewards programs. I don't want
I
your
don't want
JC
your-
Penney's
No.
credit card.
No, I don't want your credit
Like
card.
that. What's that commercial? Shove it up your ass. That's right. We said it. Shove it up your fucking ass.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh my god, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
And
Don't-
I think
Oh
with
my
all
God.
that being said, I
Yep.
got a bong packed right here of some LA Kush.
I got a bong packed right here of that blue Lucid.
Isaac, gonna drink some more of your generic sody pop.
That's a yes. And take another one of his THC pills called melatonin. It's actually just melatonin, but and he's not taking one.
But anyway,
This entire thing.
damn right. So, Buzz, it is time for the last time. Let us blaze it. Tok tok shkaboke.
That is tasty. Ooh.
Oh.
Yes. Anyway, Buds. Thank you. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Curtis.
Oh, I was gonna say, like we said before, if you want more of an in-depth review on these strains, be sure to check out our YouTube video and
Check out the exclusive strain review that's only going to be up on there. And be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and all that funny, fantastic stuff to that and to this podcast.
Yes, and remember to check out our social links down below in the description because we are constantly sharing interesting things. We will be letting you buds know about any interesting upcoming changes in the future as well as cool behind-the-scenes content. If you click that button, when you follow us, it lets us know that you're listening and it lets us know that we can get a hold of you and let you know what we're up to.
Absolutely. And with all of that being said, thank you, buds, so much for watching this episode of the Good Buds podcast. We will roll on for the road, and we're going to catch you next week.
Later, buds.
Later.
Oh, Isaac's out.
Isaac?
Yeah. We'll roll him into the basement later.